theoretically click on me and be like, oh, he's streaming Monster Hunter World. That's cool. I want to see that. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that? Okay, so of course the idea is you're supposed to start the new camp. I have no idea if I skipped over. I do know, due to, like, some accidental weird saving, like, I forgot to save last time, which, well, this game does auto-save after, hey, yeah, I'm streaming the early game. I started, streaming the, why is everyone I don't know, I assume you're joking, hopefully. I know someone else jokingly complained about that. Always Japanese. What does it matter in Monster Hunter? Like, there's some big grand story I give a shit about. Like, I guess that's why. Maybe if there is something where it mattered,
Oh, yeah.
but, like, honestly, English or Japanese, the voice acting is probably better than the story in this game. And I love this game. I just, like every Monster Hunter ever, the story is pretty bad. It's okay. But, like, that's the best I can give it, it's okay. Like, the best part of the story mode, is the part where you see monsters. That is the absolute best part of the story mode. And I kind of wish the story mode was just that, like, the cutscenes where you see monsters doing cool things. So what was I doing? I think I was showing off the gun lance and the bow. I'll go back to trying the gun lance more. Not that I'm very good with it. I don't remember where you first see the Pookie. Oh, well, there's some mucus. That helps. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I just... And that's, like I said, this is someone who loves Monster Hunter. I just, like, maybe it's because I love the game. Oh, no, an Anjanath. Maybe it's because I love the gameplay so much that I'm just, like, really, I love playing the game so much that I don't even care if they spend literally any time on the story. Because I would just play the game, like, without a story, honestly. I get that that's not really something that's demarketable or that, they're going to do. I say that, but, like, honestly, you can play a lot of them if you just go right into online mode. I was amazed. I thought Generations would force me, like, Generations Ultimate would force me through a bunch of, like, tutorial stuff. Honestly, Generations Ultimate, they let you go right into, like, gameplay. If you want to just start the game, not right into gameplay, but, like, pretty fast. If you want to just start the game up and go into online mode, you can actually start hunting with friends pretty readily, which I greatly appreciate.
Keeps track of where you are and where the scout flies are taking you.
What do you mean?
Can also use it to keep tabs on monsters.
Oh, it's heading over there. That's why it's telling me. Yeah, I know, not in World. I am set, like, that's something, I guess that's why I said I wouldn't mind if it's not here. I appreciate, hey Leapy, I appreciate that they gave it a story with a little more, that they tried to do a little more for the story, but honestly I would have rather that you could have also just outright skipped the story. Also, immediate mount, get wrecked nerd. But hey, Leapy, I just started my first hunt. Oh yeah, I played with some options. Hopefully the stream still looks good. I played with some options to try and make it hopefully run better for everyone watching, so it should be, theoretically less laggy, but we'll have to see if that, like, gives it any big, like, issues with running well. How do I do the... There we go. Boom! Right in the face. But that's just a random thought I had before 480p. Is that... I don't know if people generally... Oh no. Okay, I'm guessing that's bad.
Hurry up before you
I can restart the stream and try and fix out the quality a little bit. I was just trying to, like, get the stream more workable. I wish, like, Twitch more actively gave me options for people watching the stream. Because I'm not gonna pretend, that 480p was my first choice. Or that I even really tried to make it 480p. I just tried to, like, fucking fix it a little bit. Let me... Fuck, I'm kind of mid-hunt. But it is buffering. So I lowered the quality, and it's also buffering. Man, I freaking love streaming.
You're poisoned. Your health will gradually drop.
Wait, Wait, what? No, I am poisoned. Why didn't my health bar change colors?
Taking hits like that repeatedly will stun you, meaning you won't be able to move. Look out! Your health is low. Keep your distance and use a potion.
Jeez, you're so annoying. She's probably way less than, like, I can say when I was newer, oh, there's the Anshanath. When I was actually new to the game, I found her way less annoying. After having played the game thoroughly and starting it again, which I would rarely do, but after starting it again, I'm like, man, I sure do wish that I could make her shut up. But hey, I'm glad at least someone's having not problems with the stream. Also, I'm going to not fight the Anjanath, because oh, okay, good, it's running, it's not coming towards me, because the Anjanath, I think I said this last time, Anjanath is tough. I don't know, maybe I should just use Restream. I just don't like to, because then, like, there's multiple chats going on, and it's really confusing. Seen expert players use hammers? No. I'm sure it's amazing. Then again, I'm sure expert players can do all kinds. Like, I've heard that expert players can do some pretty broken things in World. Like, I've seen videos of some very, like, very, very fast monster takedowns. But I try to avoid too much of those. It's stable now, that's good. I try to avoid watching too many of those, mostly because I'm the kind of player who, like, I'm fine with looking up some stuff, but I try to not look up the guides on, like, how to outmaneuver every single thing of the monster, because I think that some of the fun is, like, not learning how to, do better than the game. Or whatever, you know what I mean, hopefully. But that's just my random thoughts. Boom! I mean, I freaking love that one, though. I might not be perfect with the gun lance, but that particular attack makes me happy. Oh, whoops. Well, I shot that into nothing.
Dodge their attacks. Don't forget you can guard, too.
Fair enough. Oops. And yeah, I should remember that I can guard. I should also heal. But yeah, that's, like, one of the main things of using any type of lance weapon in this game, the normal lance or the gun lance, is you can guard, and I keep not doing it, because I'm not used to guarding. I also need to figure out, like, what's really useful for shooting bullets. Like, what do you really use that for in this game? Because I'm not finding, like, a huge use for bullets. Like, they do a bit of damage with my gun lance, and the huge, like, charge blasts, and the thingy I shoot off do damage. But the individual bullets, like, I feel like I can do more damage with, like, my standard combo if I'm not using them. So I need to figure out how the heck to best, like, utilize those. Like, I'm clearly missing something when it comes to the shooting part of the gun lance. Oops. Well, that... Not what I meant to do, but sure, I did hit him several times with that. Oh man, I'm so bad with this thing. Where are you going? What are you doing? Stop it. Stop eating those things. Oh, sweet, a knockdown. Can I... Yeah, another one. I freaking love those. And they do a lot of damage, too. Especially for this early on. Oh, don't be that guy. I mean, like, that was 100 damage to... Oops. Over... Stop it. Damn it. Oh, why do I not know what I'm doing? Well, because it's a weapon I've never used. Until last stream that I streamed this game on.
Look, the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its
See,
nest to recuperate.
Who needs... Hey, cop. But see, who needs to know what they're doing? I'm clearly winning this fight. Nobody even tell me otherwise. Look at how good I am at this game, guys. I'm winning. I'm winning the video game. I'm winning the game. Man, the Puke Puke is pathetic. Like, I don't even really know what I'm doing. I'm lying, obviously. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It's a Puke Puke. Like, who gives a crap if you know what you're doing? This thing sucks. I mean, I guess that's fitting, no problem, Leapy, as like, oh yeah, Cup, how's the quality of the stream? I tried to mess around with it a bunch, because I heard some people are having trouble with it loading right last time. No idea, like, how much of an actual issue that is. It's not bad. Okay. I mean, I know Leapy was saying that the quality was gross, but then his stream started buffering, so it's like, well... I mean, I can't fix it for both. I can't make, the stream run good and pretty, apparently. I wish I could make it so it had, but, like, if I could ensure, for whatever reason, Twitch does not consistently give me these options, I sometimes have, the option... Oh, wait, dung. As silly as that sounds, that's actually important, and I really want to grab that now. As Cup can attest to. This bitrate is really high for 480. The text is blurred, but it's recognizable. Oh, the bitrate's still too high? I just didn't want to... But also, apparently, the text is blurry. I don't know how to fix anything. It's really frustrating, guys. I hate the part where I have to fix video quality. That's the one thing I miss about just doing Let's Plays, where I'm like, man, YouTube's video player actually made sense. I didn't have to know what I was doing.
Monster's tired. Now's your chance to deal some
to be
serious
good.
damage.
Can I, like, maybe get one of these off? This might be a mistake. Oh, no, it wasn't a mistake.
Now the
Sweet.
commander can send someone out to see if that slag will lead us to Zora Magnus.
Get blasted in the face, nerd. So, when you say the bitrate is high, does that mean the stream is, like, still not watchable for you? Thank you, Cup. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry I, like, hate to have a stream where I'm just complaining. I just, like, I don't know. I'm so bad with streamer stuff, man. Like, and I did a bunch of setup today, too. Like, I messed with the options. I did some research on this stuff. I, also set up some, like, things like Discord integration. And I don't know if I succeeded. I tried to set up Streamlabs? I think it's Streamlabs. Yeah, it's Streamlabs. Not sure if I succeeded. The actual page for it, like, derped out. And I just said, well, it's good enough to... It's close enough. I either installed it, or I almost installed it. And if, like, either way, it wasn't getting more installed. Nice. Oh, wow. All that research on all the monsters. And a Palico level up. And I got an achievement. It's interesting they tell you got achievements. Like, I guess the achievements are for separate save files. It's actually interesting that they keep achievements, like, on separate saves. Or putting that Puke down that Puke. I knew I put the words in the right hands. Just to catch you up, we're hot on the trail of Zora Magdaros now. There's more to figure out. I need the fit to protect our scholars while they investigate. Oh yeah, I'm clearly ready for that. I'm putting you in charge of the Wildspire Waste. The quest will begin once you've once you've convened on site.
Alright, it's time to begin the Elder Dragon investigation. Make sure you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
So now we need to protect the scholars. Let's regroup.
Just give me about 40 hours of grinding, and then maybe I'll be ready for that. New limited bounties. Okay, some more bounty stuff. Let's okay, honeys. Let's do bone piles. That's like real easy. Capture. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna capture a lot of large monsters this early in the game. I don't think there's a lot of reason to really capture monsters yet. So I will change out some of my main goals. There we go. I think those should all be doable. Man, the whole bounty thing is apparently even something that I feel like I would need to, explain out, though.
Hello.
So, bounties are basically useful for two things. Research points, which I'll be honest and just say, who cares? I mean, research points are useful, but there's other ways in the game to get them. The main thing they give you is, armor spheres. And armor spheres are, important. There are other ways to get those as well, but it would take much longer time without using the resource center. So basically, armor spheres do kind of what you'd figure, honestly. They upgrade your armor. So that's why I'm always grabbing bounties, and I'm going to always try and rotate bounties to make sure I can do ones that are relevant to what I think I'll be doing. Because the more armor spheres I can get, the more prepared I'm going to be when I make myself a good armor set to make an actually good armor set. Actually, speaking of which, I should probably pretty soon decide on one of the starter monsters to make an armor set out of. It occurs to me that I'm still wearing the most basic armor. People watching, what do you think? I'm thinking the Puke armor sounds good, the thing I just beat up. I could wait more. I could go for the Great Jagras, or I could go for the Kula Yaku. The bird from last time. I have like 4 options, I think, or maybe have more. What does Streamlabs get you? I forget. I know that sounds really bad.
That reminds me.
They're supposed to get me some kind of front end stuff, like I think they have like built-in alerts and stuff. So like, Puke armor isn't bad. Yeah. I know the Puke armor isn't bad. Like, that's what I would go for if I were playing the game normally. Which might still be what I'd go for. But I don't know, I'm streaming. Like, if somebody was like, hey, Green Bean, we want to see you dress up like a weird bone caveman, I'd be like, okay. Or if they were like, hey, Green Bean, we want to see you dressed up in the Jagger stuff, because it actually looks surprisingly cool, at least for, like, literally the weakest, worst monster in the whole game. And there's the coolest stuff, which looks, honestly, the coolest stuff looks dumb. I don't like it. And I think I think the Puke stuff looks pretty cool too, honestly. Out of the, like, beginner stuff, Puke and Jagras are some of my faves. It's also cool that you can preview this stuff before you make it. Hunter's stuff isn't bad either. Though its armor rating isn't good as like an actual monster armor set. But yeah, I think Streamlabs was supposed to give me like alerts for like when people subscribe or when people donate to me and stuff like that, like default alerts, which honestly I didn't end up putting on, but I probably would. Also, look at the cats cooking! It's important. And adorable. Alright, well, admittedly, I guess, like, most people here haven't really played the game, so I'm probably gonna go for the Puke armor, because it's not bad. Oh yeah, aside from Valley, I guess I should have explained that a little better, and I'll explain that a little better before going into the next quest here. Yeah. Okay, so Forge equipment armor. So the armors there's a few different reasons to have armor types. One of them is the defense value. Obviously, defense value, super important. That is the, base, like, I don't know how defense is calculated, but, it helps me not take damage, or as much damage anyways, which is lovely. Pretty much just what you'd expect. Then there's elemental defenses, which are also just what you would expect. Like, they help me resist elements of that type. And then there are the skills, which the skills are, different on every piece of armor. So, like, say if I made the Puke Vambraces, they specifically give me poison resist, or a level towards it, which, every skill has different levels, and basically you want to build towards, like, the end of that skill, because a lot of the end, a lot of the skill paths have pretty good effects, not all of them, but, like, poison resist gives you a pretty good end effect. That being said, a lot of the early armors don't have, the best, like, general effects. Like, honestly, the Puke's poison resist is one of the better ones. But then you have other dumb bullshit like Spore Puff Expert, which makes you recover health when you use a Spore Puff, and trust me, there aren't enough of them in the game to be relevant. Like, that does not matter at all. That is just a bad skill, at least in my opinion. Unless you happen to be a lot of, like I said, they're just not that common. And then there's some skills that are okay, like the Botanist, which, gives you extra herbs when you gather them, but, I mean, that's whatever, too. Like, honestly, I already get way more herbs than I need in this game. Fortify is honestly a really good skill if you're having trouble with the game. I was about to say if you're bad at the game. I almost feel bad saying that. It's honestly a pretty good skill in general if you're playing single player. Because every quest, every normal quest in the game, which it means all the story quests, give you 3 feint chances until you're done. So technically, you can, as it says, you can stack this twice. So you can get 20% attack boost and 30% defense boost if you cart twice, which means that you have a pretty bulky defense boost if you're having trouble with, like, a tougher monster and you're playing single player mode. That being said, if you're playing multiplayer mode, I would never recommend the Fortify skill, because if you faint twice and you're playing with other people, that's not good. They're probably not gonna like you very much. I wouldn't recommend it. Anyways, let's start building the Puke armor. I rambled enough. Let us build... What is item prolonger? That's not useful right now. Let's get their poison resistance. I'll make the gloves first. So, sorry, Cup, before we take on everyone's favorite type of quest, honestly, now that we've beaten the Puke, the stream might mostly be grinding. I'm gonna try to not make it all grinding, but I do want to make a Puke set to show that off. Honestly, the grinding in this game is not nearly as bad as, like, most Monster Hunter games. Or, like, honestly, it's not that bad at all. Some people have made it, like, I don't know. I've heard some people complain about it, but, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not picky. Like, honestly, I don't think grinding is a bad part of Monster Hunter. It's one of the few games where I'm like, I think it's kind of cool. Because, I mean, the point of the game is to get better and better at fighting the monsters that you do hunt. So, like, if you just hunted them once, then I think it would, like, I think that would kind of hurt the experience a lot. Because if you only hunted them once, like, or until you succeeded, you wouldn't really learn how to hunt the monster. You would learn how to, like, barely manage to get by, sure. Like, sometimes maybe you would learn how to hunt a monster, but you wouldn't learn, like...
Go get a closer look.
Yes, I know. Thank you. But you wouldn't... I don't know. I don't know if I'm coming through...
The scout flies have locked on to the scent of the monster.
Why
Be on the lookout for more tracks or
traces.
traces.
Why are you telling me this? I already know this.
The scout flies have picked up the monster's trail. We'll be on the target before long. Hope you're ready.
Can I actually turn that off? Because that's that is that's kind of annoying. Control guide off, damage indicators on. B controls and B to scammer. It does not look like. I might eventually I might eventually turn her existence off because I don't like it. No, I don't know if I will actually... Oh,
Go
there's
ahead.
the Puke.
Follow the scout flies.
I hope the Anjanath doesn't beat me up. Oh, the Anjanath's leaving the area. And this game's flagship monster, to be fair, is pretty hard. Oh, and by the way, for anyone wondering, hopefully no one minds I turned off the control display, or would people find it more useful if I had the control display on?
The scout flies will hide once the fight breaks out. Don't forget that.
Could you not? Okay, good. I got off the explosion, at least. Just in time. Mine. Oh, that is also mine. If I was able to play this, I'd go Q plus M anyways. I don't know what you mean. Sorry. Ow. Jerk. See, there's where this big shield comes in real handy if you're like me and have trouble, well, I was gonna say have trouble dodging, but honestly, like, specifically part of the point of this thing is it's big and bulky. You're not supposed to dodge with it, you're supposed to guard with it. Or with the shield. Oops. Oh, yeah, the control display. Yeah, I personally like having the control display off. I think this is, like, I don't like having it on. That's one of those things that I really appreciate you can turn off, because darn it. Because I don't think it helps the gameplay experience any to have a big dumb control display in the top right corner of the thing. Ow. Don't be a jerk. Oh, you do well, keyboard and mouse. Oh, yeah, I guess, like, it wouldn't technically help you with what controls would be on a keyboard and mouse anyways. I get it. Also, I'm wasting potions. Oops. Not that it really matters that much in this game. Like, using potions is far from... Please stand still. Please, no! Stupid thing, you're blind. You should shut up and stop moving. Which is fair. I've got no idea what the controls by default on keyboard and mouse are, obviously, so I can't, like, tell you how they would normally feel. But I mean, everyone has their preferences, obviously, so it's not like I can say that you shouldn't, or you should. Like, if you have a particular, like, there's always things I usually do, with certain games, with controls, like, if I'm playing an RPG Maker game, I always try and take the general keys, like, they usually have, like, Z and X as the main keys of the game, and I usually always try and change that, because it just, to me, doesn't make sense with WSAD. I would rather have WSAD and then, like the J and the K key. Stupid joke. But whatever. Like, for actual usage, you know? Oh, wait. It occurs to me that I totally cut his tail off last time. So I should actually focus on doing that, because I can with the lance. Because this thing has piercing damage. You can... I wish I understood, like... Oh, okay. Now I do get it. Well, don't get in my way, please.
You can carve materials off of monsters.
Did I get it?
These
Yeah.
materials are vital for producing new equipment and upgrading what you have.
Nice. Oh, combo makes more sense if I'm loaded. Oh, shoot. Thank you, Oreo. I appreciate the heals. Speaking of options, I would recommend keeping the cat with you for anyone who's going to be new to the game. But if you, like, if you really hate the idea of having the Palico assistants, you can tell them to leave you alone. Like, you can have them at the beginning of a quest. You could, like, you could put the Palico away, basically.
Your health will gradually drop.
I don't like being poisoned. I don't like being poisoned. Stop it. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's not be dumb about this. Let's actually, once again, let's heal up. Let's not die. I mean, this is part of why I want to get myself some new armor, though, because even the cats can't die now. Like, there's honestly no reason to not have them with you, unless you just want to make the game harder on yourself, or if you're playing multiplayer, in which case they won't be with you in general. Yeah, in this game they get knocked out really briefly. They do, because you can see they take damage, but, like, they don't perma die or anything. Which I'm perfectly fine with. Like, honestly, this, like I mentioned, this game's story is not that serious. Like, there's not a whole lot of anything that permanently dies in the story. Hey, another mount. I've gotten pretty good at mounting monsters. I find it's one of the easy ways to ensure you can always knock them down. If you're ever having issues with that. The mounting is especially good on multiplayer, because on multiplayer you can have people do various things while you're mounting the monster. Like, they could keep attacking the monster, or... Ooh! Oh, wow, that was sweet. But yeah, they could keep attacking the monster, or they could go for something like healing, or sharpening their weapon, or whatever they need to do. But I'd call it, like, almost especially made for group hunts, but still very useful on single-player hunts, because it gives you a lot of chances to get off special attacks. And maybe a chance to, like, not die if you're low on health. Which was actually a mechanic they had in the game before this, where you could, mount monsters and reap the benefits. I'm kinda just rambling, though, because I'm a Monster Hunter nerd. Oh yeah, I haven't really used or explained pods. That's something they added in this game. I think they kind of explained it, though. Like, it's basically it's kind of like the new environmental things they added. It's like things that you can either pick up from the environment. Sometimes they drop from monsters, which the game never really explains why. But basically they can drop from monsters, and that's pretty useful. Nice. They're not really, like, necessary for the game or anything, but they actually work pretty well. I'd say the main use, like, honestly, I would, unless you have something better, I would always keep around something like red pits or rocks or something, because they're good for activating environmental stuff, which I'll try and show off more. Unfortunately, the Puke doesn't really go near much environmental stuff most of the time. If he ever does, I'll show off, like, which is something I'm a big fan of this game, honestly. I mean, I guess you guys have for sure seen some of it. Like, I was fighting the Puke, and there was a wall that got knocked down in the middle of the fight. They also replace Flashbone. Yeah, well, they replace any throwable item in the old games. Like, you can use pods or the slinger in general to toss items at monsters. Which is nice. Because in old games, the throwing was honestly pretty clumsy. Like, it was, in a way, it was fun, because it was very, like, it was probably a little more well, it definitely was a little more skill-based than it is in this game, but I totally get why they changed it. Because, like, in the old Monster Hunter, throwing was just, you hit the throw button, and your character threw the item in the direction they were facing.
Hello.
And you hoped that it hit the monster. In this game, throwable items obviously have an aiming reticle, so there's a lot less, like, I sure hope my item doesn't just, like, fly off into nothing. Okay, no one's messaging anything important. Like, it's one of those weird things. It's funny, when I first started this game, I expected fully that I was gonna hate that. And I was gonna be upset and that they were gonna, like, ruin, part of the difficulty. And, like, right now the game looks crazy easy, I'm sure. Actually, that reminds me, I should wishlist the things. But, I assure you, that later on in the game, it gets pretty hard. And, yeah, I've seen some people who are new to the game who do, like, you know, take a while to get over these early game hurdles. So, I can't even fault the game and actually say it's too easy for new players. Like, if you've never played a Monster Hunter game before, a lot of this stuff isn't as easy as it looks. Not to say that I don't encourage anyone who wants to get into Monster Hunter. Like, I think that's part of the fun, personally, is that there's, like, it's a complex game. And it's also finally a complex game that doesn't look like a PS2 game. Which, I mean, some of them definitely look better than that now. Like Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, but it isn't what I would call an HD game. Like, it's kind of like a scaled up, portable game. Where this is, like, obviously, real... Like, it's a game built for, you know, the current gen, next gen, whatever you want to call it, hardware. I guess current gen? I don't know the terminologies, man. It's built for modern computers, there you go. I just wish it ran better on them. Not that, honestly, I mean, I don't have that much trouble running it, so I shouldn't complain. Like, some people say it's really hard to run, which I think I've talked about last time. I rambled about it. Let's see, I think I'll do... Actually, I don't want you guys to get bored of the Puke hunts. I think I'll do the next story mission.
Aww.
Because, yeah, like, I want to show off the Puke stuff, and I will get all the Puke stuff on stream, but I figure there's no real reason not to just go for, the next mission at the moment, because I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident. I think a couple of pieces of armor are all the armor I need. I don't even know if I really need that, to be honest. I mean... Wait, I probably shouldn't hit the... whatever. You guys have seen that a few times this stream. I need to remember to let it play out at least once per stream, but I don't think I need to let the cat cutscenes play out, once every... Like, I mean, multiple times every stream. And now you guys get to see a new area, which honestly, I like the Wildspire Wastes a decent bit. I actually think it should have been the first area of the game. Because I think the Ancient Forest, while very pretty, is just a little too confusing.
Okay.
Especially for new players to World. Wildspire Wastes.
We've waited this long to get our hands on the evidence we need. Don't get us killed now, Hunter!
Don't worry, I plan to.
Link last night. I'm so excited to go out and see this new piece of evidence.
The slag was found in the desert area of the Wildspire. Guide us there safely, partner.
It's always one of those weird things, or like, I kind of get it. You generally want the forest level first, and the forest level is really pretty. Like, I personally like Ancient Forest.
Different from the Ancient Forest.
Yes, the Wildspire Waste features a mixture of dry land and swamps, which naturally supports its own unique ecosystem. Also this quest's name is pretty amusing. It's the best kind of quest, which is obviously an escort quest.
Hey, look, a waterfall.
I think kind of escort
filters
quests.
Down through the sand
and collects in the lower areas.
Is the one where they
thus
push
creating
you.
a mire.
Oh, great. We get to go uphill now.
That's right, you gotta go uphill and you gotta push me.
Put your back in it.
You sadly can't jump on in the cart. Otherwise I would. Oops. That's why instead I'm just like standing in front of the cart being like, push me. Push me.
Look at that insect. Is that some type of beetle?
Yes, I want it.
Wildlife here are quite resilient creatures. They have adapted excellently to the dry climate.
Why does it sound
Even
so
the plants have learned
creepy?
to survive. The fruit scattered throughout the area has a hard shell that helps retain moisture.
Actually, kind of like this though, even this part. Like, I don't think this should have been the first mission. But honestly, it's funny that it's called the best kind of quest, because I think this is one of the better quests in the game. Like, it's actually pretty entertaining. And while I would normally hate, like, a do-nothing sort of quest, they give you a lot of stuff to pick up and a lot of side stuff to see. So if you want, you can, like, go over here and climb this.
Dear me, we made it.
And be like,
Can
what
we
the fuck's
have a
up here?
break
Oh,
now?
flash bug. And some other, like, collectible stuff, you know. Like, as long as you keep your eye out, there's a bunch of stuff on the way, that you can totally find. And I am so down for that design.
Stay close to us, Part.
No, I'm treasure hunting and you can't stop me. Honey, yes, the ultimate treasure. That being said, I do actually wish there was more up here. I would almost say
Stay close to us, Part.
that wasn't worth it, but it was still fun. And maybe there was something.
The Wildspire. That's where we'll find what we came for.
Okay.
But we still have a ways to go.
Yep.
Well, on we go.
Cool. You can also have a laugh.
Actually, downhill might be worse. This is so heavy.
Oop. Okay, that discharges that, but I could have sworn there's a way. Is there like a combo list that I can look up in the game, or would I have to do that out of game? I think I have to do that out of game. Oops.
Eva, did you hear that?
Everyone,
do it.
stay on guard. Come on, Part.
Oh,
I need you over
wait.
here.
But I want it. Mine. A gold Hercudrome. Sweet. You can totally, if you want to, be a nerd like me and capture things. Like bugs and stuff in your net. It doesn't really do anything, you just keep them in your house if you want to.
Oh, dear me.
And you get research
Rathian.
points for it. Ooh.
Jumpin' Jaggies! A Rathian!
Rathians are pretty cool. I like them.
You know what this means, my friends. In times like these, it is important to stay calm.
And run for your life!
Go, go, go. Just move on through. You might be able to use your slinger to create some kind of noise and distractor.
Using my slinger to distract something. That's quitter talk. I'm gonna mount it. This is my Rathian. I'm gonna stab all over its face. Nobody can stop me.
Go, go, go!
Run for your life.
I doubt I'm gonna get the tail with this. As much as I want to get the tail, I really don't think I can get the tail. But I'm gonna try. Okay, that didn't get the tail. I'm leaving. She's mad. She's mad and way stronger than I'm ready for.
That was horrifyingly close.
I say that, I'm curious, like, how
No fury like a Rathian scorn.
bad
Well, like
would
any
this
Rathian,
go?
actually.
But she could provide the
Ow.
commission with valuable data. Hunter, I couldn't
That was
trouble you
just
for a
her
sample, could I?
stepping on me. Like, I don't think I want to stick around. I think I should just get the heck out of here. It's so tempting to beat it up and be like, I wonder, because I actually haven't tried. I haven't tried, like,
I was
being
aware that
dumb.
Zora Magdaros was an enormous beast, but I am in shock over how gargantuan it really is.
Yes, it certainly seems to exceed the
Do it or
measurements
no
in all
balls.
the guild's writings.
How
I
long will the
wonder,
game get at me
how
if I
many years
just
does it take
run
for a
off
beast
to
like
fight
this
it?
to grow to such an enormous size?
Does it get, like, does it do one of those game things where it's like, you'll abandon the quest? I actually don't think this game does. Reload. Raytheon, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna wreck your face, nerd. Mounted again.
I thought we'd never get here.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Glorious! It is absolutely massive. What a magnificent specimen!
Sure, guys, whatever you say.
We're almost there. Keep it up.
Come on.
The evidence is within sight. You've done a fine
Thanks.
job, Hunter.
Yeah, no, I know. I've done a fine job. That's because I'm the best. Look, I'm the best.
Let's see what kind of present Zora Magdaros has left for us.
No. Oops. Shoot, I need to reload. Good. Thank you for that. Oops. Ow. Panic dive, thank you. Oh, panic
Let's
dive
see
in
what
this
kind of
game.
present Zora Magdaros has left for us.
No. Why don't you do that and I'll fight the Rathalos? I mean Raytheon. Rathalos is bigger and scarier. The Raytheon is the female variant of the Rathalos. She's gonna do that. Oops. That was a bit dorky, but I didn't take damage, so I'm okay
Let's
with
see
it.
what kind of present Zora Magdaros has left for us.
That's the worst part of fighting her, is definitely going to be a certain someone. Oh, that was a sick guard. A certain someone's not going to shut up about it. Okay, sharpen up. Oops. Ah, it was a huge mistake. No!
Let's see what kind of
Darn.
present Zora Magdaros.
That's because I was blocking. And you saw the kind of damage the flame did when I wasn't blocking. The shield makes a huge difference. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat her. Sorry, guys. I know, that was what the stream wanted, but I'm legit not ready. Oh yeah, you can see the cooking cutscene when you have her make it. Which, she's also, magic. She can cook you food when she's not even here. I forgot about that. I forgot how hilarious that is, because she literally... Wait, she is here. What are you doing here? This wagon weighs a ton. Good thing I had one of the chef's super duper stamina platters for coming out here. Yeah, I can tell. And I appreciate that, Leapy.
Let's see what kind of present Zora Magdaros has left for us.
Okay, okay. I will go join with you guys. I was hanging out with you, man. Girl. I didn't realize I was so far left behind. Actually, I totally did. What's this? Oh, it's one of the, Palicos. You can have your Palico befriend other Palicos, basically, to help you even more, with more adorable cats.
Let's see what kind of present Zora Magdaros has left for us.
But yeah, her voice, her voice isn't as annoying if you do what you're supposed to. It's like, it's kind of annoying though, I will admit. Like, it's one of those weird things I didn't find annoying, and I don't actually think her voice is annoying. I think it's the fact that her lines are repeated so often, that's it. Like, the voice actress does fine. I think they could have just cooled it down with the repetitious lines and maybe some of the tutorial dialogue.
Let's see what kind of present Zora
Either way
Magdaros
though,
has
I really
left for
do
us.
appreciate it. Like, I don't know, I felt good about that. Considering it is a monster you're outright not supposed to be fighting yet, I lasted decently long against her, and this also is not my main weapon. Though I am starting to like it. Like, honestly, the shield you have from this thing is pretty amazing. I can see why people would play the lance. Because you got some crazy defense on this, even against something like the,
Let's see what kind of present Zora Magdaros has left for us.
like the Raytheon way above my level. One way to raise the difficulty of the game to fight things above your rank. You're not gonna need that later, but, yeah, I guess early game, that's one way to make the game more difficult, and the game does let you. I normally wouldn't do it on a quest like this, but, like, I could go try and fight the Anjanath right now. Would it be a good idea? No, but I totally can. Also, cutscene!
Look over there! Another clue!
Me first! Eureka!
It's a barrel.
Something jiggies! It's a barrel! Run for your life!
Follow me.
Out of my way!
Also, like most of the monster-related cutscenes, this one's pretty cool in my opinion. Just freaking shoot him right in the eye.
Come on.
Get wrecked, nerd. Also, I like the variety of monsters in general in this game.
scholars
Like,
are
I
still
think
in
it's
danger.
something Monster
You have to
Hunter
take
is
down that
always
barrel.
pretty good with.
Don't worry. I'll keep the scholars out of harm's way.
And I'm definitely keen on the designs. I mean, Barroth here is a classic. He's been around... I don't remember what Monster Hunter he came from. I first remember him in 3, though. Nice. That's actually pretty slick, too. I have an attack that I can go into, like a mount from, or like a slide. Which, by the way, if you're on slopes in this game, you can totally slide. Which is useful. I also should have braced myself and not lost a bunch of stamina there, but hey, whatevs. I still should be fine, honestly. Most of the mounting in this game is pretty easy. As long as you can actually get on the monster. Oops. Well, I guess that is something to be careful with a move like that. There we go. Oh man, am I gonna have issues? I wonder if I should have been upgrading my weapon more. Yeah, man, my sharpness on this thing isn't great. Oh my gosh, I love that guard so much though. That's great. Well, at least I can shoot him. Okay, I should sharpen. Oh, leave me. Oh. Just gonna go behind this thing. But yeah, that is some recoil. I love it. It's fitting for that sort of move. Ow. Please don't. Oh, that would be cool if you could, like, aim at the ground and do a boost jump. I can say for pretty well certain you can't in this particular Monster Hunter, but that is a neat idea for sure. Oh, hey, I did a burst that used up all my ammo. Okay, so you can, like, in just one go. Oh, whew, that was a pretty slick dodge there, if I do say so myself. And another mount. Man, I really like this weapon. Like, I'm honestly really surprised as someone who has never spent a whole lot of time on the Gunlance. Just, like, how good this thing feels. I used to think it felt slow, and I mean, it can feel slow, but I wouldn't say it is just a slow weapon. Like, it doesn't feel overly slow or unnecessarily clunky. Nice. I mean, okay, it has a little bit of clunk, but that's kind of, or I guess clunk isn't the right word. It has a lot of weight, but that's kind of the point of a lot of Monster Hunter weapons, is that they're heavy. Like, I might even show off some other weapons just to get that across, even something besides the Greatsword. Like, most things in this game aren't swung around like if you were playing Devil May Cry or something. Which isn't to insult that sort of game at all, because, I mean, heck, after watching the new Devil May Cry trailers, oh my gosh, I actually want to get Devil May Cry 4, because I haven't played that in forever, and I just want to play it, man. The new Devil May Cry looks amazing. But, you know, obviously I have a lot of respect for Monster Hunter in a game that actually, like, has respect for weapon weight, and also, like, is also a fun game, aside from having realistic mechanics like weighty weapons. And, like, slower moving when your huge weighty weapon is drawn. Nice, I broke something. Oh, I broke some of its mud off, I think.
That's a thorn pod, a powerful type of slinger ammo. Attacking the part it's latched onto deals blunt damage.
Oh, I thought I reloaded. Ooh, do I have it on the run? Looks like I do. Oh man, guys, I'm doing good. I freaking, like, I think I just said, but I'm really starting to like this thing. Its general damage output's honestly pretty impressive. Especially given that I was concerned I'd be having a lot of trouble this fight.
because I didn't think I was well prepared for this thing.
If you run out of stamina, you'll be winded and vulnerable.
Oh, oops.
Veteran hunters know to always keep an eye on that gauge.
See, that was my bad. I was like keeping, oh wait, no, I wanted to reload. I was keeping an eye on the chat. But hey, I'm glad you can watch properly now, NTF. I'm sorry that it's still giving you problems. I was hoping that I fixed it out so like no one would have issues, but clearly that didn't work out. Oh, what am I doing? No, I could have done so much better with that. Oh, that was dumb. I wanted to mount and I was like, wait, this thing has a big attack. But I can still get it off, though. It would have done way more damage if the monster had been asleep. But, you know, whatever. Live and learn, Sonic reference, kill monster. I don't really know why Sonic reference.
Uh-oh. You've been hit with water blight. That's gonna put a damper on your stamina recovery.
Can I block in time? No. Ow.
Ugh. You're stuck in the muck. Get yourself out of that gunk before you do anything else.
That was a really... This thing... I actually forgot how unfortunate that can be. Could you not? Okay, well, I didn't die horribly. I should sharpen. Make sure that my weapon does not... Whew, okay. Yeah, the bow is cool. I would love to show it off, but it's hard to show off, like, every weapon in the game. And honestly, if... Ow. Oh, gosh. I was doing so well, I didn't even realize how much damage this thing does against me. Holy crap. I guess that's why I was talking earlier about I should probably get some new armor. Like I said, this game... I'd like to think I'm making it look easier than it is.
Okay, I'll be waiting over by the slag.
I didn't realize the Barroth could literally two-shot me. But hey, I wrecked it. Oh, you're having issues again? Oh, sucks. Man, maybe I should just, I should just get over it and set up restream so everyone can watch, for next stream, cause, like, I don't know. It sucks when I look at chat and I'm like, man, I can see people who can't actively watch the stream, and I would rather have a stream in good quality and a stream that people can fix the quality on than, like, just a stream in bad quality that some people still can't watch because, you know, internet bullshit. I'm not gonna do that tonight, mostly because I don't have Restream currently set up on my computer. That's something I didn't think... I didn't get around to, which I should have. I, like, wasn't sure if I needed it. I thought I could fix it with these options, but
hey.
Clearly couldn't.
Glad you're back. Oh, don't worry. I found a safe place for the scholars to hide. I guess I'll go round them up. Wait for us back at camp.
Bye.
You there. Are you part of the Fifth Fleet?
Yep. I'm the best.
Then that means the
I'm
Elder Crosshair
pretty much
is
the only
upon us
one who
again.
does anything, in fact.
The years fly by faster than I can count them. I too am a hunter of the First Fleet.
Cool. I like
Might
the
I
first
trouble
game.
you
It's
to
kind of
share your
janky,
tale
but,
with
you
me?
know. No.
Let's find a suitable place.
Okay. I mean, why isn't this a suitable place, though, actually? Now that I think about it.
Oh, camp. Okay. I guess camp's a good spot. There's not a lot of monsters around here.
My old friends are well. Praise be. It sounds like the good scholars are as incorrigible as ever. Might I ask, are you tracking the monster that dropped that massive slag?
I'm tracking basically every monster, so yes.
I as well. It seems so easy. Follow the trail, find the truth.
It is easy when you're the main character.
Well, it has been a pleasure. Nearby you will find my camp. I trust it will be of some avail to you and the others. Please pass a message on to the commander that I am safe. But a force compels me on, and I intend to see where it takes me.
Cool.
If you two feel so compelled, then we will cross paths again at the end of all of this.
Sure. I mean, your voice is cool. I just wish you did something. I think that's one of the problems with this game's plot, is like, I know it's a game, but they do not do a very good job of pretending that anyone who is the main character does anything, aside from, like, the researchers. The researchers are fine. Like, they do their job, and I can claim they, like, give me the book stuff, sure. That's great, that's fine. But, like, most of the other hunter people, I think you're all gonna see a lot in the game where it's like, so what exactly do you do? The question could constantly, honestly, a question anytime I'm sent on, like, a major quest, that question could be asked to, like, any of the relevant characters. It's like, so what are you doing, Mr. Captain Guy?
Good to see you.
Fine work out there, or Commander. Thanks to you, our people are safe, and we know more about our target than ever. Since you left, we've been charting all of the evidence we've collected across the continent. The scholars think they'll be able to pinpoint Zora Magdaros' location soon. Until then, seems like a scholar has gotten separated from his escort. I need the Fifth to go find him and guarantee his safety. Scholar was separated from his escort while collecting evidence in the Wildspire Waste.
Head to the Wildspire Waste immediately.
Okay. That being said, I'm probably going to go get more Puke armor, because as you all saw there, I kind of got a little bit wrecked by the Baroth, and if the Baroth, if the Baroth could have two-shot me, I don't want to get to something that's going to one-shot me with a good attack. Splendid, the Fifth Fleet, just what I was looking for. At present, the research surveys Go-Getter, studying the Cooley-Coos. Okay. So you want me to go capture Cooley-Coo. Got it. Can do. Won't do right now. Actually, I wonder how much of that stuff that I'll end up getting into. Like, side quest stuff. I don't know how much people are going to want to see of the side content of this game. I guess it kind of just depends on what I want. I feel like that's been the answer to a lot of this stuff when I ask it, which is fair. Like, I've been trying to show off things like weapons I think are fun. Yeah, totally. Nothing scarier than a Raytheon. There could never be something spookier than that. Yeah. Well, this game's gonna be fun, though. Hopefully I'm not going to run into a lot of, like, brick wall type issues. The animations are pretty entertaining. Or what do you mean, like the cat one, or do you mean another one? I think the cat. Wait, no, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was adding this to my wish list. So I can know when I get the ingredients for them. So poison sac. I'm pretty sure that has a higher % chance of capture. So I actually might get captured here out. Oh yeah, Palico equipment. What do I want to dress my Palico up as? It's kind of cute. It's actually kind of neat. Oh man. Oh, if I had a Barroth scalp, I might do that. That's cute. I wonder if there are people out there who've complained about this though. Like, oh no, you can dress your cat up as a racially insensitive stereotype or something, which I don't even know if that's true. I wouldn't call it that, but like, people are dumb. Mustache is totally necessary, 100%, man. That mustache has to exist. I think it's adorable. Man, I don't know. I could do the armor. What's the best defense, Barroth, unsurprisingly, or the Puke? Oh, the Puke. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Puke. Mostly because armor has best defense and the weapon has a poison chance on it, which is honestly pretty good. Because your cats don't really do that much damage with their weapons. So if you can make them something, I'm pretty sure I know which one you mean, but if you can make them something with like a status ailment, that's usually the best, because they still can inflict the status ailment even if their base damage is not that high compared to yours. And if they don't attack as often as the hunter does. Oh yeah, I also wanted to check on my weapon. What do I need for that again? Upgrade. Okay, Iron Gun Lance, I need Earth Crystal. Monster Bone Medium for that. Okay, so basically I need Earth Crystal. Unless I wanted to go over to the Jagras Gun Lance, which I could already make one of. I don't see any good reason not to. I mean, well, it doesn't have green sharpness though. That's kind of sucky. Shelling type wide. Huh, I wonder what the different shelling types do. I actually didn't realize there, like, I mean, I saw there's different shelling types. I didn't really think about that. I kind of want to see that. Maybe it does do a spread shot like a shotgun? Can you give your cat guns? No. There are sadly no gun weapons for the cat. The cat uses, like, all of the cat's weapons are melee, including what I just gave it. I know it's called a feline bow, but I think it even makes a joke. Made from Puke parts, despite a whimsical design, it doesn't actually fire arrows, bonking only. So, I gave my cat a bow, but it says that, but my personal thoughts are I gave my cat a bow, and it just doesn't know how to use it, so it just freaking smacks the enemies with it. Which, honestly, that's pretty funny. Like, It's weird. I feel like that would normally make me mad, but the cats are adorable, and it's pretty funny. I don't know. I personally like it. I think it's charming. I can see some people not, but it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not like there's a lot of control or whatever over necessarily over what your cats are doing at any given point. Like, you can give them stuff to kind of suggest what they're supposed to do in battle. But yeah, there's not really like attack commands or anything, which I don't mind. I don't think you need to. I don't think there's any need to make your micromanage that in the game. Oh, I already did that. I mean, you kind of can a little bit later on, but not to any very necessary degree. Like, I always pretty much never do. Easy ration, nom. So something I always appreciate in this game, and it gives you a lot of incentive to know a lot about monsters, the monsters you're after, is the more you know about a monster, the faster you learn about the monster. So, you know, it becomes like, becomes consistently easier to pick up a monster's trail as you learn more about it, which I think is a pretty good design. I'm personally a big fan. What the heck? Oh, I accidentally unplugged my headphones. I was sitting here like, why is everything so quiet? I probably, like, you guys probably didn't, like, hear any noticeable difference, because presumably the sound was still playing, through something. Just not, like, the way it's supposed to be. Let's see. Load. Oops. There we go. Didn't hear any change. Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh yeah, I didn't think I'd hit that. That was pretty sweet, even though it totally, like... I honestly think it totally looked like I missed that. I'm amazed that like, it looked like I touched just the edge of the Puke's hitbox, to get this mountain. Because I don't even feel like I deserve this one. Either way, shoot a big old burst right into its tail. That worked out. Oops. Saying the wrong button for reloads. Hey there. Also, I'm gonna sharpen up. I guess it's like the one downside of a gun mix weapon, and I think that's kind of the point, is, you gotta reload this thing, like, a lot. Ooh, nice. I accidentally hit the poison plant, but I'm totally cool with that. As long as I can... Oops. Let's not stand in these. High capacity assault clipazines. Man, that would be rad. I mean, a part of me wishes you could do it like, in the style of your, what was it, the other one? Oh, the, heavy bowgun, or you actually do have an alternate fire, like, rapid mode, but I kinda get they have to balance it and make everything different. But I love, like, that's my favorite thing about the heavy bowgun in this game, is just the fact that it actually does have... Oops. Dang. I understood the range of that. Oh well. That was dope. but I'm gonna mount you to get some revenge on that dirt that I just made. That'll teach you. It's kind of amazing how actually pretty good at mounting this weapon is, because I thought it wouldn't be because it's not overly agile, but it's just agile enough, and it has some moves that chain pretty well into mounting, and it has a pretty decent mounting move, just unloading all of your ammo, plus once a monster is downed, the charge burst you can do, it's actually not necessarily, yeah, that. This thing is pretty good. Not even pretty good, it's really good. Combo into, there we go, oops, it's okay, I shot that off, but, yeah, like, see, it's funny, I used to think the back steps and stuff were kind of slow and awkward, but honestly, if you know what you're doing with them, they're, like I said, they're not too bad. Let's actually sharpen up, though, while it's, like, poison clouding, because that's just inconvenient to try and get on, and also is running away, so that's fine. Red Jaggers, please don't interrupt my card. Thank you. I always like getting monster tails. I think it's fun. Wait, I think I meant to take some capture stuff. Yeah, I like that all the monsters have, like, I mean, all of them have different knockdown animations, pretty much. I like this one's knockdown animation. I like the Puke in general, honestly. I think it's a pretty cool monster. Well, I say cool. Not really necessarily cool. It's a pretty well-designed monster, I'd say. Like, it's a nice early game thing. It isn't necessarily cool, but it's still big. It's just, it's not really scary, but, you know, like, if you don't know what you're doing, it can still be intimidating. Yeah, Puke is pretty weird looking. I think the Puke is probably the weirdest looking monster in this game. It's very colorful. Oh, I didn't even mention, I probably should have, this is going to be one of my shorter streams. A lot of the reason I streamed today was to test out my, stuff. Oh, that actually reminds me of something else I need to do. I should set my YouTube channel, in the stuff below, because I have a YouTube channel where I upload all my VODs. Which I think is what people call them. But, oops, I'm out of breath. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like, mostly I just advertise that and I have that because I know, like, Twitch's backlog viewer can be kind of awkward for some people, so I've been trying to consistently upload. I haven't done it super consistently, but Monster Hunter World Part 1 should be up there soon, and then Monster Hunter World 2 will be up there, like, this one will be up there later tonight, so, like, I'm starting to get it updated. I have all my I have my hat in time, like my original playthrough of the game up there. I haven't decided if my mod stuff is worth putting up there yet, or my playthrough of the, like, DLC. I'm gonna try it. No! Oh, I got it! For a moment I thought it hit me out, but it didn't. Nice. Thank you for the Vigor Wasp. Yeah, I mean, we make the joke. That being said, that thing's existed since Monster Hunter 1, so it's not like they got the idea from Thanos. Unless somebody was a really big comic book fan back, like, PS2 era. Because the Avengers were definitely not out. The Avenger movies were definitely not out PS2 era. Also just poked him to death. It's always a good time. Come on, Puke, give me some carves that I need. Or poison stuff would be great. Poison sac, which totally doesn't sound weird. Oh, I got one of its shells, which I need for basically everything. So hopefully I get more than just one. But I guess it also depends on what you define as weird. Like, if part of your opinion of weird design is silly, I get, like, or silly or whimsical, I would say this is one of the more, like, ones of that type. There's some very interesting monster designs, and maybe, like, and like, I guess it depends. Like, I'm sure to some people, some of them are pretty weird looking. Let's see, so I didn't get the sack I'm after, that's good. So, but I didn't get more shells, I need those. Let's ask the research people, let's see what I'm doing wrong. Maybe there's an easier way to get myself some more, shells. Which is something I appreciate in this game. There's actually, like, an in-game, basically a drop rate. Like a monster glossary in general, I guess I would call it. Or is a glossary the right word?
Head to the Wildspire Waste immediately.
Don't tell me what to do, man. I'm making armor. And also registering tons of bounties to make it... Wow. Nice, I completed a lot of those. Make it so I can make myself even better armor. I don't know, that's just me rambling though. I love this game, so that's to be expected. I feel like I do that a lot in these streams. Research levels. Puke. Oh man. Oh wait, oh, okay, I was gonna say only 2, but I think that's not too bad though. Yeah, that'll still give me... that doesn't tell me the drop rates. Let's see. Shell is on carves. Shell is... It's also on rewards. Oh, you can also get it from backbreaking. Okay, so I should stop aiming for the tail, and I should start aiming for the back. Okay, so I want to try and break its back. And I think I can carve it. Oh yeah, the illustrations are cool. I really like all the different monster illustrations, and I also find it super cool that you can get, like, their, weak point layout. Like, on the Puke, you can see, that its weakest points are its head, wings, and tail. Not necessarily its back, but I'm still gonna try and break that. Oh, and you can even see their, star rating for different weaknesses. Now, that being said, most of the early ones, there's, like, no big difference. But in some of the later monsters, there'll be a bigger difference, like, where they're weak to getting shot and where they're weak to getting hit in the head. I mean, hit with hammer. Blunt weapons are pretty much the only ones where it's literally always the face. Even on monsters that they don't necessarily say you want to hit in the face with a blunt weapon, if you're using a blunt weapon, you want to hit in the face. Like, that's just how blunt weapons in this game work. It is all about hitting things really hard in the face. But I'm not using a blunt weapon. This thing is, I think, technically a cutting weapon? Let's go with that. I mean, it can cut. Obviously, I've cut the tails off. Not sure if the blast damage is also cutting or if that's range damage, though. I'd assume it's range damage, honestly. I could do this one. Gives me a couple of silvers. What's the... Oh, no, this one gives me a silver and a gold, though. Okay. You can also take on investigations, which I should have been doing earlier, which are basically like hunts, but they have better rewards. Or they have more rewards, but they have special conditions to complete. Per example, this investigation... Oh, it has more money that you make for the quest, but the time limit is down by 20 minutes. So the time limit in this game is 30 minutes. For normal quest, it's 50. That being said, I don't think that's a particularly difficult thing to do, because honestly, I'm pretty sure I have never on stream, or maybe even otherwise, taken over 30 minutes to deal with the Puke. They're not very hard. Let's see, what is this Western? Nothing important. Okay. Wait, it's Thursday, isn't it? Oh wow, it is Thursday. Huh. I should probably make sure I get to sleep sometime tonight. Well, I did. Just dying a little bit. Sorry, guys. I did say this is going to be a shorter stream, so that does kind of work out.
Our mini canteen here serves food that will give you a boost for the hunt ahead.
But yeah, tomorrow is Friday, and on Friday I have myself a little job hunt event planned, because it'll be easy for me to get into town that day and do a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to. Either way, hopefully you guys aren't getting too bored on stream. If you guys ever do, like, just, and I'll probably try and switch things up, but still, if people are ever like, man, Green Bean, you're making this boring, I can do other stuff. Like, that's part of the fun of the game, is there's lots of things to... I almost regret not going after something else. Well, then again, I'm showing off an investigation, but realistically, investigation does not work that differently than a standard monster hunt of that monster. And yes, hammers have sharpness, which is for balancing purposes, but it does still always sound silly. The only thing that doesn't have sharpness in the game is ranged weapons. I will easily say it's a game that cares way more about being mechanically sound than being mentally sound, if that makes sense, which I'm totally down for. It is a game that I do not think needs to play movie for me. I'd much rather play Monster Hunter the game than the movie, especially when I've already insulted the story of Monster Hunter, because I don't think it's that good. It's not that bad either, but, you know, it's no masterpiece. I'm doing something also, it's still bad. Oh wait, that's right. Let's see if I can manage what I did last time, this amazing feat. Oh, well, now it moved down. I still did manage that feat, though, like, that was still kind of cool, I think. I mean, I jump-stabbed it from the... Okay, right. I'm breaking its back. I need its shell, I'm breaking its back, not its tail. I need to remember that, and I need to also aim my big blast at its back, too. That's the main thing that can sometimes be hard to remember in a game like this, when it's like, you know, where do I aim on the monster? My senses say the natural weak spot, or the tail, which can give me more cars, but sometimes it's like, well, actually, the part that I need stuff for. Which, I don't think is a bad thing, though. I mean, I kind of like that you can get different stuff from different parts of the monster. I mean, I very much like that, kind of. Like, it adds a lot to the whole hunting experience thing. Ooh, that attack's so cool. I like it a lot. Oh, I see how to go into this combo easy now. Okay. We're starting to get the... Wait. Oh, I thought I got it. With the whatever. Yeah, the idea is that you can break different parts of the monster. Like, you noticed I was breaking the tail off and you can carve it. You can't carve every part of a monster you break. But every part of a monster you break gives you some form of reward. So if I focus on its back and break the back, I get the tail. Or if I focus on the wings, I can get something, not the back tail. No, you get the, its, shell, which makes sense. If you carve the tail, you get the tail. The wings give you something. I literally can't remember what right now. Oh yeah, it does that weird attack with its tail that I'm not a fan of. Alright. Which, you know, like I said, cool mechanic. I like that in general. If I haven't explained it, you do different damage amounts depending on where your attacks are faced. Which, that chart I was showing off showed too. Like, it's not literally just about hitting the monster. There's strategies to where you hit the monster. There's a lot of monsters here. Flashbug! Let's see how you nerds fight when you can't see anything. How about that, huh? Did I manage to break its tail off? I wasn't even aiming for that, but cool, I'll take it. I guess I could claim in some ways it's useful if they're fighting each other, though sometimes they're eager to fight each other and sometimes they aren't as much. Though they actually can and do fight each other in this game, which I like. As you can see there, those two are kind of punching each other in the face. And in fact, the Puke poisoned the Jagras here. Ooh, I got another shell. Nice. And the other two are going away, which I kind of prefer. I mean, like, I think, as needed as is that they fight each other, I think I'm better off just beating up the Puke myself. I don't think I'm done any favors by the other monsters trying to punch it in the face. That being said, ooh, Wyvern tier. It's not bad. I also, like, it's one of those funny things I always just kind of forget about because it just is blended into the game. But I honestly really do like the environmental stuff in the game. It does actually, I mean, it makes where you fight the monsters actually matter. You know, like if there's flash flies around, or if there's ledges around, or, you know, if there's different special things you can interact with, like that thing there. Actually, can I, like, do anything with that with my slinger, or just I think the monster has to slam into that. Like, no, I can't do anything in particular. There we go. Let's see if I can go for another back attack here. I kind of want it to slam into that tree. Ah, whatever. It looks like it's not going to. That would have been useful, but hey. Investigation added. Oh, probably for the small monsters I killed. I was like, why? I don't actually think I managed to break its back. Breaking this thing's back is really actually pretty hard, cause it's such a weak monster. Like, and hitting its back is not an easy feat. I've actually been a little bit concerned I'm not even hitting its back with these attacks because my lance keeps, like, going through it to do the explosion. So theoretically, I might not even be hitting the right part of the monster. I might be, like, hitting its stomach or something. Man, I miss when it's easy to get, like, a lot of, like, full health bar in this game. Currently, I consistently am not getting full health bar. My max stamina gauge there is where your maximum health normally is if you eat a good meal. But I can't eat the best meals right now because they're not a thing. Until I get further into the story mode. Which I will honestly probably do after I kill the Pookie again. Because I unlocked one more upgrade, and I think that's all the Pookies I'm going to have the patience to fight. I've already killed a few of these things. Am I going to hit this one? Yes. I might try and... Oops. Oh. No, I didn't mean to jump over it. Was that on its back? That didn't look like its back. So much effort to try and get back attacks in, and I'm totally failing. Oh. Dead. And when I say it's back, I obviously don't mean like it's like I literally mean it's back, not behind the monster or something. Oh, Puke Sack, I did need that for something. Nice. Well, alright. At least that's another something I needed. I was getting a little worried. And I'm thinking probably this one more hunt, and then that'll be it for me this stream. Sorry everyone that I am doing another, like, small stream, or, yeah, smaller stream. This is the sort of game I could do a longer stream on. It's just hard to find a really good time for it. I should really, like, do it this weekend. Oh, see, there we go. A couple of shells from the special awards. Nice. Quills, and another shell there. Okay, so that's at least 3, so I hopefully have enough to make at least one more piece of armor. I honestly probably have enough to make 2 more, but I'm a little paranoid that I'm gonna jinx myself saying that. I'm gonna look dumb. Like, I didn't do the calculations on how many shells I needed exactly before I left.
Head to the Wildspire Waste immediately.
See, like, here it says I have required materials gathered for everything, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's true, because that doesn't calculate in after I make the other items on the list. It would be really cool if there were a way you could have it do that, but there isn't. Actually, now that I think about it, that'd be a really neat thing to add to the wish list. But I guess that's a bit of player input. I don't mind the, like, needing.
That reminds
And it's not like I wouldn't, like, either way, I'm gonna go up here and make at least some of the armor. I can't make all of it. So Spore Puff Expert is dumb. Botanist is slightly useful, and Poison Attack is only useful if I have a poison weapon, which I currently don't think I'm gonna make. I can't really think of a good reason to. In fact, no, I'm not going to, because a lot of ailment weapons are only really good for fast-hitting weapons, and the Lance is not a fast-hitting weapon. Well, I also don't have another sack for that. So, see, like I said, too, because if I don't have a sack, so I'm not going to have the quills either, I mean, not the quills, the shells either after I make the hood. The hood's probably one of the more important parts of it for looking cool. Like I said, it is sadly going to hide my hair, but, I mean, who cares, it looks cool. You don't need to see your face when you look cool. Looks even cooler if you actually have the proper waist thing, but, you know, it's still pretty cool. And like I said, I'll try and get that, like, next time I stream. This time, I think I'm gonna focus on just moving on to the next monster. I don't have any, like, knowledge on these things yet. I think I know what the next monster is probably gonna be. Well, I'm gonna spoil it, obviously. And they keep the quest name purposely vague. Sinister Shadows in the Swamp. It's actually a pretty cool quest name. My character looks even more silly and out of place now that I have, like, I'm kind of glad I have a headpiece that hides his face, because he looks weird seeing his face.
We have an emergency.
I actually don't think I'm going to be able to, like seafood. Wait, this isn't... Oh, okay, this is the monster I was thinking of. I do not think I'm going to be able to find that monster that wrecked me. I might be able to find another monster that wrecked me, but it's actually kind of hard to find the Wraithy in this. Actually, let me see.
Hey, partner.
If I were to leave this quest, and if I wanted to go out on an expedition, could I find a Wraithian? I don't know. Probably. The question mark monster be? What would the oh wait, there's a no. Look at the question mark monster. Oh, I think I know what it could be. There's the Wraithian in the Wildspire Wastes. The question is, how much do people want to see me get wrecked by the Wraithian again? Man, I don't think I can do that. Nah, not yet. I will, like, maybe I'll even try to do it earlier than I'm supposed to once I have a better weapon. But I specifically want a somewhat decent weapon first, which I can't really make yet, so I'm going to at least wait until I can upgrade this thing a couple of times so I don't have to sharpen it every 2 seconds. Because that's one of the things that's going to be really killer. Like, that's actually what got me killed last time I fought the Wraithian. Was, like, does
okay,
even...
Let's look for the scholar. He must have left some kind of trail.
Even outside of my low health pool, it's mostly the fact that I had to turn away
Our mini canteen
and
here
put my
serves
weapon
food
away
that will give you
so
a
I could
boost
sharpen.
for the hunt ahead.
And, like, that's not to say there's literally no way I could have gotten out of that. But, you know, having a weapon with bad sharpness against a monster that's too tough for, technically speaking, too tough for my level is just gonna... It's kind of gonna lead to a lot more of that, where I'm just gonna keep needing to sharpen and have a lot of near-death experiences, or actual death experiences because of it. So, yeah, like I said, I want a weapon with at least a decent bit of green sharpness, and then I will see if I can take on something that I'm not supposed to.
What's going on with the scout flies?
So that's probably going to be saved for next stream. Next stream I'll finish the Puke armor. I'll see if I can get better weapon going. And then maybe I'll, like... I guess you would call it sequence break the game. Well, I guess fighting monsters before you're supposed to is kind of sequence breaking, but it's not like I'm actually gonna, like... It's not like the game is going to give me anything for it. Like, I'm not going to get farther into the game because I fought a monster before I was supposed to.
Is that the scholar? What's that he's sitting next to? It looks like a Barroth?
And either way, you guys are going to get to see a new monster. And I guess a decent cutscene. Well, I say guess, actually.
God, don't let him find me. Don't let him find me. Oh, I saw it. No, the Juratotus, that didn't kill the Barroth. It was,
Yeah, it's a pretty cool cutscene. I think I mentioned I like all the cutscenes with monsters in them.
New target.
Like,
New target. Hunt that Juratotus.
That's literally the best part of any cutscene in this game.
Proceed with caution.
Watching the monsters do cool things. Oh, crap. That one kind of hurt. Okay, now I can beat this thing. The Juratotus is not hard any way you slice it. Oops. Assuming that I'm not doing dumb things like that. This should be a pretty simplistic fight. Oops. I'm having a surprising amount of difficulty, maybe because I'm not used, probably because I'm not used to fighting this monster with, like, a slower weapon, or at least a weapon this, like, slow. Moving through the water is already pretty tough in general. So doing it with the lance is going to be a little pain in mid-way. But, like I said, I don't think that'll be a real problem. I just need to get used to fighting this thing with a different weapon, and I'll be all good. So, right in the face. For my first character in this game, I mostly used the hunting horn. Now, you could theoretically use all of the weapons on one character. I just mostly wouldn't recommend it because it would be really expensive in-game. Like, you would be taking a lot of materials and a lot of time to make every single weapon. And you probably wouldn't find it as worthwhile. Especially if you're a new player, it probably would also be kind of frustrating. Trying to learn every weapon. But I would recommend to keep it, like, I recommend 2 to 3 for learning. And after that, ooh, that was pretty sweet. And like, after you feel comfortable with those, you know, try more. Oh, shoot, that didn't go so well. Yeah, that's definitely part of what would make it so challenging, is that obviously of all 14 weapons, there's also multiple types of weapons, like, within those weapons, like, yeah, it's just, it'd be a mess. Not to say that I don't love just how much variety this game has with all that stuff, because I totally do. I think that's a lot of the game's charm for sure. You know, I just think you want to be careful about overwhelming yourself. I also think I want to be careful about actually paying attention and not being dumb. Damn, I'm doing really bad this fight. I mean, I guess it's on the runs. That's at least a decent sign. Slingerthorn. Let's collect some of its mud. Hey, Oreo, do you want to heal me a little bit? Or am I going to have to do that myself? Because it'd be great if you got a Vigor Wasp out. I'd appreciate you more. I already like you. I'd appreciate you a lot if you gave me a Vigor Wasp. I think I'm gonna need to. I think I'm just gonna need to bite the bullet and use a potion. I mean, realistically, it's not that big of a deal. I just wanted the Vigor Wasp heal. Cause I'm an item hoarder. I always feel like it's a good sign, and I also, in this game, I feel like it's a good sign that I did well on a hunt if I didn't have to use a lot of stuff in the hunt. I missed with one of those. Nice. Not to say I would recommend not using healing items, obviously. I mean, I'm using them, but I think it's, I wouldn't even necessarily say that's true. Probably the best show of how you do on a hunt involves, like, how dead the monster is when you're done. Yeah, moving with this thing in water is so sluggish. I'm probably going to make myself, a fast weapon just for, like, these watery areas. Dang it. I totally messed that up. Which, that is part of the reason I recommend having at least 2 or 3 weapons in this game. Because I will say that it is the type of game where there are different weapons that do different jobs, which is something I always appreciate. Like, that isn't to say there's no overlap or that you have to use multiple weapons. I just think you're gonna have a better, like, easier time overall if you learn multiple weapons that serve multiple functions. Oops, that is... Ooh, nice. I stunned it. Oh, I fucked that up. Oh wait, no I didn't. I still managed to shoot it in the face really hard. Nice. Yeah, I like this combo that I figured out here, and I really like that thing. Oh man, that feels so good. Yeah, so you can chain together shooting that into this combo and then shoot this in. Oh man, this is just starting to wreck this thing. Okay, I think it's gonna get a chance to move away. That's fine though.
Good. You're well hidden. Hopefully this does the trick.
I didn't actually mean to be well hidden, but that's okay. Or wait, is it not running?
You did it.
Oh.
But I can't shake this feeling that there's something really bad about those thorns.
I can't shake the feeling that I just wrecked that thing. Man, that combo is amazing. Okay, so combo is forward, Y. No, yeah. It is a slightly more, like, it does take a few different button presses, but it works really well. That's something I'm pretty sure with this game again. Yes, clearly. I'm sure they would never come up again. Yeah, I mean, that is like, I think I mentioned that earlier in the game, or last stream, when I was like, I used to think the stealth was useless. It actually isn't. Like, it isn't super good. But stealth is useful for sharpening weapons, using potions, or basically any time you need a breather from the monster. And that is theoretically actually pretty decent, because there's obviously going to be times in the game where you need a breather from the monster, especially if you're healing up. It's mostly that, especially if you're healing up.
We're ready to. Thanks to you, we've made great strides towards understanding the tracks that have turned up across the continent.
Especially if you're healing up, you're not always going to know, like, well, you might know, but you're not always going to have a bush available to hide in.
Our researchers have done some projections. And now, we know where Zora Magdaros will go next.
But yeah, stealth is sharpening is a really good one, because healing, like, you straight up have to just stop moving to sharpen.
It's heading for the Great Ravine.
The Great Ravine? The huge valley out past the Wildspire?
Correct. So I have a proposition for all of you. I say we try and capture Zora once it gets there.
Have you gone mad?
Capture it?
Hear me out. The ravine is the perfect terrain for staging such an event. We're not going to get a better chance than this.
If we don't take this opportunity, it could be a decade before the next opportunity presents itself.
Is it even possible?
If I said it wasn't, would that stop you?
Let's give it a go. With the Fifth supporting us, our chances are as good as ever.
Then it's settled.
Before we send the hunters out for the capture, we need to secure Astera. An Anjanath has been active in the area. Not the kind of monster you toy around with. We'll need a plan for it.
You're right. Hunters, you have your next assignment. Take care of that Anjanath. But be careful. The Anjanath is a fearsome monster. One slip-up, and you're done.
Commander, if I may, I think I have a great idea. Hunter, I could use your help. Drop by later, if you will.
Another thing. That troubling report we received. Think you could...
Right.
Good, then. Let's get this show on the road. We have an Elder Dragon to capture. Everyone dismissed.
Alright, so exciting story
what the chief
stuff.
botanist has to say before we do anything else.
Whoa.
Anjanath is one nasty monster. You'd better make sure you go in doubly prepared. Now, down to business. Cultiovers are having a slight problem here in botanical research, and we need your skills dealing with it, because you're the main character. Everyone needs you. I know, this is a basic joke, whatever. You see, we're trying to develop some tools, specialized tools for hunters to be exact, something like to make standard issue, but a Toby Kadachi is being a huge dick. Mind slapping him a bunch? Okay, so, yeah. Before we hunt the thing
Our next assignment is to hunt a Toby Kadachi. We should be able
I think
to find it in
that's
ancient
part
forest.
of the thing I don't love about the story, not that it ruins it. Because I do love fighting more monsters. Like, that's really what ties the story into anything, is just the fact that the gameplay is a whole lot of fun. But a lot of the story comes down to this weird toss around of, like, we need to hunt Zora Magdaros, but before that, we need to hunt Anjanath. But before that, we need to hunt Toby Kadachi. I'm like, what? Like, gameplay-wise, I freaking love it. I don't care, man. I'll do all of that. But story-wise, I'm like, what's the point of that? Like, yeah, they say that it's causing them problems and that we need to. But it's not like we ever really see any of that. Like, whatever problems that Anjanath or the Toby Kadachi is causing, I couldn't tell you. And I don't think the game actually can either. Like, if I check the, Toby Kadachi quest, because they'll have, yeah, like, he says it's getting in the way of progress, but, like, how? And it's not like I really cared that much. Like, the story isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm just curious if other people agree with me on that. Like, the story is kind of dumb. But it's also not the point of the game. That's why I keep bringing up the gameplay. Because I'm like, I know there's some games that people don't buy for the story, obviously. Like, I didn't buy Monster Hunter World for the story. I didn't buy it twice for the story. Because I also own this on the PS2. I would probably stream it on off of the PS2 if I